Testing my binds real quick. Perfect. Alright guys, so welcome to the cast tonight. My name is Mr. SLIN, and I am a medic main in the intermediate division. Today we have a really great match for you. It's ESEA Open. The number 2 seed Hard to Kill Gaming versus the number 5 seed Server Depopulation squad. Both these teams really pretty evenly matched, but just going into it, Hard to Kill Gaming is the favorite. They've been the number 2 seed almost all season long, right up there with the number 1 seed Community Clown College. And Server Depopulation squad has been working their way out there. Both teams are intermediate level quality teams though, and it should be a good match today. We're on CP Gravel Pit.
Mission begins in 30 seconds.
I'm going to quickly go over the rosters here. On offense is the blue team, Server Depopulation squad with the tag !ban. The medic is London Calling, Demo Man is Insomniac, Scout Haruki, and Lambert. And on soldiers they have Ricky as Pocket and Shooters as a roamer. For Hard to Kill Gaming on defense right now, we have Wireless Fox on medic, Jav and Ratsy as scouts. Ratsy you see him on engineer now because that's an off class. You have Fracture as your Pocket, Mangachu as your roamer, and Mythical as your Demo Man. We see right now Server Population Squad moving out to A at the beginning, checking out all the little spots there, getting a 2-stack of their scouts. Really common for scouts to go to A and get the early cap there. For red team's defense, just to check it out, we have a level 2 sentry in the backside, and the traps are on the long B, so they're really looking for that long B sacrifice. Most of this match is going to be done in third person actually because it is Gravel Pit, but I will try and use some first person when I can. We're watching as the blue team begins to move their team through the A side. So this is a fairly conservative, pretty standard strategy to move through A. And they're taking it nice and slow, checking all the trap locations. This is really good by them. Shooters beginning to move towards the spawn here, and they're going to take out the teleporter. So that goes down very easily. And now we should be seeing Server Depopulation Squad buff themselves up and begin to move in. I'm going to call Server Depopulation Squad blue from now on. I'm going to call him Ban. I'm going to call red team H2K. That becomes a lot easier for me. So Ban's moving to that right side, checking their traps, and they're going to do a double soldier spam off the right side. No. Ratsy immediately picks up his sentry gun here, and the Ubers are forced for both teams. 3 players going down for Hard to Kill Gaming, and Ban is actually getting really aggressive here, doing a nice job taking out this defense, dismantling them completely. And actually it's only Wireless Fox alive, trying to back out here. He's gonna get taken down, 10 health, and wow, a really nice push by Ban there at the right side. So clean, no mistakes really made there. They're pretty much foolproof, and it was really well done. I think one of the issues there was Ratsy picked up his sentry so early. I guess he was expecting 2 soldiers to spam it out like I was, but on the Ban didn't even bother spamming it as soon as Ratsy picked it up. He picked it up so fast. When the Ubers came down, by the time he put that sentry back down, it didn't really do that much. Shooters also did a really nice job there, getting some roof control early on in that fight. So now H2K is forced to defend their last point, and already 2 points in 2 minutes and 16 seconds. So this is disastrous. Hard to Kill didn't really put any time on the board at all. And now they're forced to be on their last here as both teams are charging their Ubers. 10% advantage for Ban. And we're seeing Mythical here putting out some traps towards that that B side, and that's the side that they're expecting Ban to push out. I'm surprised that Ban didn't go around and decide to push from the A, because they just finished capping B and they had plenty of time to get that Uber and go around to the A side there. H2K has plenty of time to actually set up this side for what they want, so let's see how this push is going to go. We're watching them push through that side right there, and the Uber's forced very early. Wireless Fox doesn't even have it yet. He's only at 95%. He's with the heavy on that top side. Gets shot down. Doesn't even get the Uber in time. And now H2K in a very big bit of trouble as players are trading down here. The heavy Jav's trying to hold that top area as best he can, but he's not going to be able to hold it. It's only Mythical alive right now as Insomniac jumps on top of the point here. And he gets taken out. So, very nice job by Insomniac. That was a flawless push by Ban. So a quick 3 points taken in 3 minutes and 26 seconds. That's about as fast as you can do it on this map. H2K was every single point. Their defense on the B side was unable to hold off the offense of Ban. And then again on C, they immediately lost on the very first push. So they're in a very bad bit of trouble here. We see Mangachu on Spy right now, and he's going to be checking out what meta gun London Calling is on. That's pretty standard. With 60 seconds of setup time, you pretty much don't have very much. There's pretty much nothing to do while you're sitting there in spawn. On the other end, we're watching as Ban is going to go for an interesting play. They have Haruki on Spy, Cloak and Dagger style, at the A point. And then they have their Sentry and the 2 soldiers sacrificed for their medal at the B side. So this should be pretty interesting what we're seeing here. You know, I don't see too much Spy action at A, but they do realize that Hard to Kill has to capture each point like immediately. They cannot afford to lose any of their pushes, or else they're not going to be able to get this capture in time. 3 minutes and 20 seconds on the board here. Let's see if Hard to Kill can pull this off, as highly unlikely as it is. Hard to Kill immediately moving in towards that C side. They want to get this push going. And Fracture beginning to move towards that second door on the BC side. He really needs to make this push happen on the very first tries that they do it here. So here comes those soldier bombs here. They are not, or they actually are able to drop London Calling. So London Calling drops his Uber at the B side. That's huge. Fracture spamming out the sentry gun. He's able to take that out here. Now it's 4 on 4. The Spy is still at A for the red team. No, he's not. He's backing out to spawn, and he's going to change that out there. So, amazing play by H2K, able to take out that Uber, but 2 minutes and 30 seconds. They have to be capping B right now if they want any chance to be able to push in a last in time here. Let's see what they're going to be doing. Wireless Fox beginning to move towards that short B side. Moving out here with both the soldiers and the demo man. No scouts really for them. And actually Jav gets taken out by Haruki at the spawn. So he was trying to camp a little bit too long. Gets taken out there. 5 on 5. Wireless Fox with full advantage. Let's see what's going to happen. Fracture takes out Insomniac. No demo man for the red team here. And a 5 on 4 as H2K begins to move in to try and get that. Or here comes Ban trying to get that force. Ricky gets taken out here. Only London Calling alive. So Wireless Fox, nice job there. Able to hold his Uber. Able to preserve that for C, and if they do this correctly, they should be leaving a cap at B, and we're seeing Mangachu already on top of the C point. That's exactly what they need. 1 minute and 50 seconds left. H2K actually has a very good chance of doing this due to the mistakes made by Ban. Mangachu getting forced off the point there, but Fracture coming in with that Uber by Wireless Fox takes out Shootist, and there's not very much that Ban's going to be able to do here. H2K is already all over the point. Sticky's over there. Here comes Insomniac with a bomb. Get some decent damage actually up top there. But H2K looking to be in a good position here. Lots of frags going down for H2K. Fracture on top of the point here. 2 stickies for Insomniac. He's the only one alive. 20 health on him. He gets taken out. And wow. Talk about flawless play. H2K did that about as well as they could have done it as well. So a very quick first round goes to Hard to Kill Gaming there. Up 1-0. I can't believe that happened. And they did it in about 2 minutes. So goodness gracious. The defense for both these teams is very poor. The offense is very good. That round, I mean, Ban had it in the bag. The only reason they didn't get it was because London Calling dropped his Uber on B, and then H2K was able to clean it up after that. It was pretty standard for them. It was a pretty big mistake. They could have even pulled back to C and defended there if they wanted to, if only London Calling didn't drop that Uber, and that actually cost them what should have been a surefire round for Ban. So score is now 1-0. If you guys are just catching us right now, the match was scheduled for 10:30 Eastern. It is now 11:30 Eastern. H2K had some problems getting some players into the server, getting readied up in 30 minutes, and we had to reschedule the match onto a different server. But luckily, this match is going very quickly. So now watching the second round here, as red team had a pretty standard. H2K had a pretty standard setup on the second point. They have a sentry. What? Is this a half? This isn't a halftime. This is very strange. What is going on here? Fracture defending the A point right now? And H2K choosing to fight A? Am I watching the right thing right now? It looks like H2K just stopped A point from capping here. Where's that sentry from the red team? Is this right? I feel like this isn't right, because both teams are just dancing around here. Is it halftime already? Okay, okay. I went a little crazy there. I went a little crazy. That's what you call halftime. I went a little bit crazy there. I forget there's halftime between every single round on Gravel Pit, so it's not even live. I was going crazy there. I was like, are they stopping A point here? Where's the sentry at? Why is the medic still in spawn? Oh man, the rounds are going by so quickly. I can't even believe what's going on right now. I'm gonna talk a little bit more about the teams here, I guess. Hard to kill. The favorites going into this match, the second seed all season, Ban, aka Servant Depopulation Squad. They've been doing having a really strong season here, actually, and a couple of these players have been in intermediate before. But they did put up a good fight. I think they're gonna have to rethink their strategy going into the second round here. Both teams need to focus more on their defense because, you know, as far as I'm concerned, they shouldn't be rolling through these offenses so fast. Typically, you see a quick A cap because most teams usually give that up. It's hard to defend both A and B at the same time, so they'll give up A, and then on the B side, they will try to go for some sort of, you know, long-term hold there, and typically that hold takes a long time to break on B if the defending team does it correctly. Both teams really messed it up there, and then on the C hold, depending on what happens, they can do it easily, they can mess it up, but Ban got wiped on their B defense, and then they didn't have time to defend C. So talk about messing it up there with a 3-minute cap by Ban at the beginning, followed by a 2-minute cap by H2K. I don't even know what to say. Like, a 6-minute gravel pit round should not be happening. So the match is now live here going into round number 2. The colors are switched. H2K will be on offense first and Ban will be on defense first. It looks like they're choosing to not use 2 scouts. So they're actually having an engineer and a heavy and a sniper. Shooter's going to sniper and Haruki's on heavy. So it's an interesting choice. Typically, you only have one or two off classes on your gravel pit B defense. If you have no scout and no soldier, you're gonna have a hard time holding that roof. Ricky's gonna have to try and hold it by himself, maybe with a little bit of help of Insomniac, but you don't have a lot of classes that can sit on top of the roof there on B. Hopefully, Shootist on sniper is going to give enough presence to slow down H2K. So, pretty interesting B defense there. I haven't seen the likes of it before. Just going through and checking everything else here. Everything else is pretty standard. Haruki is chilling as a heavy on A, actually. So this is interesting. Let's see what he's able to do here as the blue team beginning to move towards the B side with 3 players. Actually, Mangachu's gone on to spy here for their sacrifice to try and drop London Calling. And on the A side here, we have Ratsy. Jav takes out Haruki, though. So that surprise heavy play did not work at all here. Let's see what kind of plays Hard to Kill Gaming can get. Here come the soldier bombs. Watching the POV of London Calling here. His main job is to not drop like he did last round. So here, they are able to take out Mythical with Ricky on the roof. That's pretty nice. And going back to the Mangachu cam, let's see if he's going to be able to pull anything out here. The sentry is still up there. He is getting healed. He saps the sentry and just goes immediately for the sentry. A decent play here, but he's going to get stopped very easily. So not quite sure why he went for that. The engineer was pretty close to his sentry, but if he was able to take that sentry out, then H2K could have gone for an immediate B push. So I see what he was trying to go for there, but he was unsuccessful with it. And I didn't know you can get a teleport on the point there. That's interesting. So Ban able to hold off that initial sacrifice by H2K. H2K is going to have to do their second push by the books here, so to speak, evens, without any advantage at all. So let's see what H2K is going to do. Fracture moving in on that short B side, trying to span the roof, and Mangachu goes for a jump there. Doesn't really get them off the roof, though, and actually here comes Fracture, getting some damage on the soldier. They are able to take out Shootist, who switched back off of heavy. Or off of sniper, sorry. And Mythical, here comes the Uber Force and Wireless Fox on the right side here. They very early Uber Force actually, and they are able to take the sentry out, but London Calling hasn't popped his Uber at all, and now coming in the red Uber. This is not looking good for H2K here. He's trying to back out that A-B connector. They are able to get out though, and this is going to be pretty successful for them since they got their medic out alive. Ratsy is actually on spy right now. Let's see what he's going to be able to do here. Him and Fracture are going to go for some sort of sacrifice here as Wireless Fox begins to build his 20% Uber advantage. So a decent play by H2K. Not much you can do on evens there. This is about as good as they could have hoped for. They have a 20% advantage as Lambert begins to set up his sentry. And here comes that sapping play from Ratsy. But again, Lambert right there, able to take that sapper right off. So Ban holding off on that defense. And this is what we were talking about earlier in the halftime about, yeah, Ban really needed to get a solid defense, and this is a lot better than what they had last time. So really good play here by Ban. H2K trying their best, but okay, H2K actually now has a 50% Uber advantage, so they can do something with this. London Calling was not really building his Uber. Fracture coming around the left side here, an early Uber force because of the sentry location, and they just begin spamming the sentry. He's only solo spamming it though, and Lambert is repairing the sentry, holds that Uber off for a long time. A lot of that Uber was wasted here. London Calling at 90%. Is he going to be able to get it in time? Fracture, no, takes him out, and 3 players of H2K are alive. Wireless Fox did go down, so even though they took out London Calling, H2K has an unsuccessful push here. Only Jav alive in the AB connector, and he's just going to have to back out here. Ban with a very nice hold, and if they do this correctly, they should be able to even out the Ubers again, and Lambert should be able to set up his sentry. So Ban taking time off the clock here. Lots of time going down for that B defense. Very nice defense by Ban here, and H2K is having a hard time, you know, doing something with that. Typically when you have that large Uber advantage, you want to take it immediately into the sentry there, and because they only solo spam the sentry, they Lambert was able to repair it and hold it off. So I'm actually a little bit worried about H2K. They weren't taking enough people in on their Uber. Now they're doing an off Uber push off that rock side. And H2K trying to spam the sentry down from the right. They are able to take it out. Mythical does go down though, and 2 players down. Ban has a chance here to sort of get aggressive onto H2K while they're lit. If you're looking at the heal dumbers on the right here, 3 of the players in the red here, and Mangachu, who's all alone actually. Oh no, he's in the AB connector here with Wireless Fox. So Wireless Fox, 30% advantage. London Calling is only at 70%, but the sentry is still up for Ban. And London Calling is just seconds away from getting his own Uber. So here comes the Uber play from H2K. Again, Lambert able to repair that sentry and hold that Uber off a little bit, and London Calling just getting the Uber right now, forces immediately onto Insomniac. Shootist doing a nice job taking out Fracture on the roof, Ricky taking out Mangachu, and Ban getting a lot of frags here as Shootist takes out Jav at the short connector. Insomniac trying to pain train the medic. As long as they keep Wireless Fox alive, the longer they keep him alive, the better, actually, because if they kill him right here... Oh, what?! Wireless Fox needles London Calling. So, really careless play by Insomniac. You can't let your medic die there. Wireless Fox is actually going to come up 6 seconds earlier than London Calling. That's a huge mistake by Insomniac, actually. If they kept the medic up alive and then they kill him later, that's better, but... you can't let your own medic die in the process. And now H2K doing an off-Uber push here. No team has heals, actually. H2K basically doing a sacrifice so that Ban cannot keep their sentry up. Lambert goes down in that exchange here. No sentry for Ban. And H2K now could do an off-Uber push here. Insomniac is dead. The sentry's down. And nothing is really set up for Ban here other than 2 buff soldiers on B. So H2K, if they move quickly enough, yes, they are moving quickly now in through that short B side. Jumping the roof with both the soldiers here, getting some really early roof control here, actually. And the soldiers are coming in for the red team here, holding off Fracture a bit. The bomb goes in by Shootist onto Wireless Fox. He doesn't get it. Wireless Fox survives with 30 health. And H2K is melting away here as Ban winning that DM fight here. 3 of Band members are still alive, while it's only Jav and Wireless Fox alive. Jav's going to go down here, but not before taking out Insomniac. And Wireless Fox is able to sneak back to that short B connector alive. 40% advantage for him. He just needs to stay alive as the bomb's coming in onto Wireless Fox. Let's see if they're able to get him. He does get taken out by Haruki. Nice play. And H2K is going to be powerless for the rest of this hold here. They are able to take out the sentry though. But London Calling is coming in with those heals on that C side. H2K trying to keep the fight going while London Calling is not there yet. H2K getting some good frags in here, but the timer is still ticking. H2K finally getting that cap right now, and Ban wisely choosing to hold that C now. So they held off the B hold for, you know, a good 4 to 6 minutes there, and now they're going to a C hold. So this is taking a ton of time off the clock, a significantly better defense than the last time, and a pause comes in here. So it gives me a chance to take a breather, and really, we've been seeing some strong defense from Ban, and H2K isn't really coming in with the proper response. They just seem to keep throwing players at B, hoping it's going to work out for them, and it finally does, but gosh, that was sloppy. They could have done it a lot cleaner, I think. Especially when they did take out London Calling at one point, and they had a 50% Uber advantage with Wireless Fox, and I think they really threw that away. They came in on this short B side, and then immediately popped here against the sentry, and by the time they took the sentry out, their Uber was taken out, and that was about the best chance they had there to win B early. After that, Ban did a nice job of dragging out the plays, keeping the B going, and they had a very good 4 to 6 minute defense there. So now we're looking at the C side. Haruki already switched to Pyro, so it looks like they're going to put a Pyro maybe, and Shootus might switch to Heavy, so they might have a Pyro Heavy on top of the Spire there. And for the Sentry location, this location down here in the corner on the A side is pretty good. Considering the B cap just happened, Wireless Fox just came up, so it's very likely that H2K is going to come around that A side. I am sitting in H2K's mumble right now, but I don't want to really interrupt them if they might be discussing strategies and stuff like that. So hopefully Jav is going to message me and tell me what's up. I'm going to send a message right now. But so far, a very good match. If you guys are just tuning in right now, we're on round 2 in a best of 3 on Gravel Pit. Round 1 was taken by H2K. The Ban was on the very first offense. They got like a 3-minute and 20-second 3-cap, and that was extremely fast. But then London Calling dropped his Uber, and H2K was able to take that round in 2 minutes. So H2K able to take that first round. In the second round here, H2K is on offense first, and Ban is in a bit of trouble. Or sorry, H2K is in a bit of trouble due to Ban's defense. Ban has been extremely successful on this B hold. And they've been holding off H2K for a long time here. London Calling actually has a 30% Uber advantage going into this defense. And the Sentry has plenty of time to get set ups here. So Ban looking to set another good C defense. Jav is telling me right now that it's not H2K right now that called for the pause. Actually, Ban called for the pause. So their demo man, Insomniac, has to eat, and they asked for 2 minutes for a pause. So we should be seeing the game come back soon. Pretty funny there actually. If some of the competitive players, if you're older and you're over 18 and you're out of the house, you probably have control of your schedule and you can actually just play and sit down, and it could be late at night and you can still play. But some of the younger players have, you know, curfews and families and dinner and stuff like that, so understandable what Insomniac waited for. But you know, only in a sport like TF2 could you sit down midway through a match and just eat. You know, I'd have a hard time watching like football or something, and the quarterback, oh man, it's halftime, I gotta take a breather here, guys. Let me sit here and eat my turkey dinner real quick, and before we start the second half. And man, gosh, typically you see players eat really quickly so they can get back to the game real quick. I can't imagine, you know, there being a 10-minute pause here in the middle, and ESEA rules actually limit pauses to 5 minutes here, so hopefully we don't see an extremely long pause. So H2K is the favorite going into this, and they were able to take that first round, but honestly the stronger team thus far has looked like Ban. If London Calling didn't drop that Uber on that first round, we would be seeing a significantly different game right here. But because he did drop that Uber, H2K is still in the running. But from what we're seeing, H2K's offensive skills have been pretty poor, with the exception of that very first round. Their B pushing on an even hold is struggling, actually. And they did try a C-sided push. They tried B-sided pushes as well after their C-side failed. And overall, it's just not been working out very well for them. So I'm hoping that H2K can sort of get their act together if they lose this round here. They're going to have to put up a stellar defense if they're going to want to win this. But from what I've seen on Ban's defense on B side, that worked really well. One thing that was pretty interesting, though, was that Ban had a heavy here very early on. Haruki was sitting in this little shack out here as a heavy. I guess he was trying to pick off a scout or something, but he got spotted by Jav like right away. Got taken out really early. And on the other side over here, Mangachu had a spy play that tried to go down on the initial part of it, and then he just ended up sapping a sentry that really wasn't a very effective move for him. He had a chance to get the medic even, but chose to just sap the sentry, and it was sort of a waste of his life. I'm hoping that H2K can get a better play going here. Maybe on the third round, some teams that get desperate might even go for an immediate B push. So rather than just going through A, they just immediately push B and do something a little bit risky just to try and win there. Most teams on defense will stick a demo man at the A side here and trap this door in order to slow the team down a little bit and maybe pick off a scout. That'll definitely slow down the cap a little bit. And and delay the push on B. So if you push this side very early on immediately, you can catch that demo man out of position there. He'll be watching his A trap, and you can push the B side with no demo man. So maybe on the third round they try that, because their offense has not been very good. Other options I'd like to see for them, maybe coming around this B side and do a B-sided push rather than a C-sided push, and sort of use this long angle to their advantage. They sort of, when they did do this long push earlier on, they did get forced really early in this choke. And one of the things you need to know when on Gravel Pit about this choke is that right here, there's really no good angles to spam sentries that are located anywhere between here and here. So if you get forced here, you're in a bad bit of trouble. What you really need to do is come around the backside of the rock and use this whole long ways that's not really much of a choke here to spam out that sentry and get yourself the sentry, take out the sentry early before the Ubers are exchanged. If you're able to take out the sentry or make the engineer pick his sentry up, which is essentially the same thing, then you force an even Uber fight, and an engineer becomes a scout with like poor movement. So I'd really like to see that sort of play from H2K at the second half here, or at least being able to use this rock area more effectively. This whole, if you can look at this area here, it's actually very large, and any jumpers that come in on you will have a hard time killing you if you use this space correctly. But if you use it incorrectly, like we were seeing earlier, they can get corralled into this corner, and that actually forces your Uber very early. So I've been giving London Calling a hard time this match thus far, but he's actually been playing the second round very well. Milking his Uber, getting the Uber just in time, and being able to hold off that B defense. So looking for BAM to sort of take that third round. If they are able to finish off this second round here, I'm looking for them to take off that third round, because I've seen some very strong defense from them off of this second round here. Anyway, the pause is coming off now, and we are on the second round. H2K finally capturing, or beginning to capture, that B point there. They haven't even finished it yet, actually, and Mangachu goes down. So Ban has a chance here if they wanted to poke into B. Of course, they're going to elect not to do that, and they have their sentry set up on the low ground there, as well as their combo sitting on the far side. So we're watching the combos charge up the Uber here, and actually that spectator HUD on the right side of my screen is going to be glitched for the next about 3 minutes or so because of the pause. So don't really pay attention to that. We're watching a Pyro here, Haruki on the Spire, and we also see a spy play coming in from the blue team here. Well, actually, Shootist trades with Ratsy, so that was a pretty interesting exchange there on the A side. And Wireless Fox begins to move that side there. We see Jav considering going sniper, not really. We see Mangachu on Spy, on the Spire here. Let's see if he's able to get that pick on the medic. No, the London Calling is able to force his Uber in time. Both Ubers going down for both teams here. And for some reason, H2K did not use their Uber to get into C. So they used their Uber, and they're still not really able to push here. Here comes the jump in from H2K out of desperation. And lots of players going down for both teams, actually. That Lambert sentry on the ground is actually being very effective right now, and London Calling with his demo man on the Spire here. London Calling taking a lot of damage, only at 10 health right now, as Insomniac spams that one door on the BC side. Ricky able to take out Wireless Fox here, and a lot of players going down here. Ban is still in the advantage though. They were able to keep their medic up, and after Wireless Fox got taken out. So it's up to Mangachu to see if he can sacrifice here and maybe get the medic. No, he gets taken out by a nice play by Haruki, and Lambert using that crit from the Frontier Justice to take out both Ratsy and Fracture. So very nice hold here on the C side by Ban. I liked how they didn't go into contest B there, and a very nice C hold. So this is going to delay the game out even further, and Haruki right now on Spy. This is something I don't typically see, but I like how he switched to Spy there to check to see what metagun Wireless Fox is using. Very effective by him. And that teleporter takes him immediately to the roof so he can defend as a Pyro. So we're seeing a Pyro NG defense from Ban. The sentry still on the ground here, and the Crits Krieg from Wireless Fox. Let's see what Mythical is going to be able to do with this thing. They're going to be taking it out of door number 4. Here comes that Crits. He misses the first sticky on the Demo Man, and it goes for the Engineer. Takes out Lambert very early on, but then suddenly the Pyro is collapsing, and London Calling pops his Uber there. Wireless Fox able to back out though. So H2K was able to accomplish what they wanted. They do have their crits advantage here. This is what you call the crits rotation. That's when you crits in, force the Uber, and then you come in again. Because crits charges 20% faster than an Uber, they are going to get the crits Krieg 20% faster than London Calling will. So They have a chance here. When they come in on the second push, they want to get 2 picks here. That's all they want. Create a 6-on-4, and that will help them win this round here. Lambert setting up. Oh, here comes. Wow, Mangachu takes out Shootist with the help of Ratzi on that 4-door, and this is going to be really bad for Ban as they're 1 player down. Here comes that Kritzkrieg in from Mythical at the same door number 4. The sentry gun on the ground, not really able to get an angle onto Mythical here, and the Pyro trying to reflect off this Kritzkrieg. Mythical is able to take out the Pyro though. Mythical not really able to get much else but jab with a nice headshot onto Lambert, and lots of players down for both teams here. Only 2 players alive for H2K, and they weren't able to force London Calling, so London Calling has an Uber advantage going into this hold here. So not a very good Kritzkrieg by H2K, and London Calling able to keep his Uber advantage here on the last point. Here comes the H2K push out of desperation onto the point. They are able to take out London Calling right before he gets the Uber, and now H2K with a chance to push last year. Lambert trying to hold that off there with the help of the Pyro, able to do that. Haruki with a nice reflect onto Fracture. H2K trying to desperately push back in. Jab takes out Haruki. It's only Mythical. So let's see what he's able to do here. Jab on the capture right now, and wow, a big mistake by Ban. All they needed to do was get their Uber, but London Calling gets taken out by a double soldier sacrifice. But don't worry, it's a 10.5 minutes for 3 points is a huge lead for Ban. That was a very good defense, a lot better than what we saw the first round. And I'm looking for H2K to set up a very good defense here. They're going to have to put up a stellar defense if they want any chance of taking this round here. 10.5 minutes is extremely long.
Mission begins in 30 seconds.
If you guys are just joining us right now, this is the ESEA Open playoff match between the number 2 seed H2K Gaming versus the number 5 seed Server Depopulation, which I'm calling Ban from their tag. H2K was the favorites going into this, but we've seen Ban being very dominant thus far. Ban set a 3-minute offense on the first round that got taken out by H2K's 2-minute offense. And then we're watching the second round here as Ban set up a very good defense, 10.5 minutes. And we're looking here at Ban's setup on their defense. They have a sentry here on the platform, and they also have a scout on the roof with the roamer. On the other side there at A, they have nothing there. They have stickies on the B side, and really nothing at A. So they fully dedicated themselves to B. H2K 2 scout capping A and moving their combo through. It looks like they're going to begin to move it towards that B spawn side. So that's what we were talking about earlier. If they wanted to, oh sorry, I'm mistaking myself. H2K is the wrong color. Ban is moving, sorry, through that spawn side, and Ban is beginning to move now through B already. So the Ban is already into B. Jav takes out Shootist very early on, but Ban is beginning their move in, and let's see what they're going to be able to do here with that 3-man sacrifice. Are they going to be able to force anybody? Mangachu takes out Insomniac. It's only 1 player alive, and Ricky gets taken out, but not after taking out Ratzi's sentry here. So that sacrifice wasn't all for naught. If you guys are looking at that spectator HUD on the right side there, it's out of date because there was a pause that happened partway through this match, so it is out of date still. But H2K was able to hold off that sacrifice by Ban. So again, a mirroring of that second of what we just saw H2K have to do. It's going to be evens here as Ban begins to move through that C side. And both teams here are favoring that C push in their initial push here. I guess they're really think that is better. It really did work for Ban though in that first round. So let's see if they're able to do it again. Shootist moving that right side, and if I predict correctly, Shootist is going to try and jump on the roof again. Both soldiers choosing to spam that sentry, and they are able to take out Ratzi's sentry. Wow, what a big mistake. And Lambert takes out Fracture as well here as H2K's Uber gets forced, and London Calling has a significantly better Uber here. He's going to be able to pop here, and he is able to... No! London Calling doesn't pop at all! He, in fact, drops there. Wow, I can't believe that London Calling dropped that. Did he even have Uber yet? I don't know. I can't really tell because my HUD was out of date. But London Calling goes down here on a very aggressive push by Ban, and H2K is able to hold it off there. So actually H2K looking with a good defense here. I can't believe what just happened. I could have sworn that London Calling would have popped an Uber there after taking out 1 player in on that B push. So it must have already gotten popped or something. Maybe my HUD's out of date. It's finally updating itself right now, so I wasn't able to see it before. I guess Ban had a very early Uber, and maybe it got wasted or something here, but either way, London Calling dies and Wireless Fox with a 40% advantage as another sacrifice coming in from Ban onto that sentry again. They already are able to take the sentry and Wireless Fox. What a nice job by Ban there. So London Calling 80% advantage, and this is exactly what Ban needed to do here. 7.5 minutes for them is plenty of time after their really good defense. So H2K cleaning up the rest of the Ban players. It shouldn't really mean anything. They're going to wait another 12 seconds for Ricky to come up, and London Calling has significant Uber advantage. Wireless Fox just spawning right now, and it isn't even at the B yet. Mythical with a nice trap on the top of that shack, able to take out Shoutcaster, and London Calling drops that Uber to Mangachu. Nice jump by Mangachu there, and oh my goodness, Ban is just melting away. It's only Ricky alive here. Jumps for Mangachu, takes him out, but he's only got 40 health left on the roof here, and he's going to get taken out by Jav. So London Calling with 2 drops this match. I can't believe it. And H2K here, able to hold that off. So in fact, that was the only thing preventing H2K from keeping that hold is a London Calling drop. So goodness gracious. H2K here, 30% advantage. Lambert goes to Sniper and takes out Mythical. Haruki bombs on there and he takes out Jav. And Lambert takes out Fracture as well. So Lambert with significant presence on that rock side there, able to get some good sniping onto that sentry. And that sentry is going to go down. Wireless Fox is under significant pressure right now. He's going to have to back out here actually. And H2K has no presence at B at all. So Ban's able to take out that B on an off Uber push. Wireless Fox just getting the Uber right now, but they've already lost all the position here. Are they going to be able to come back in with it? They might try. They need to do something here. Yes, they do pop in, and they take the Demo Man and the Heavy here with them. As Jav begins to start taking players out, 4 of the players go down for Ban, 2 players up left, and H2K with a very nice Uber defense on to B. London Calling is taken out in the mix there. And very nice job by H2K coming in with that Uber. They're definitely out of position, but London Calling just did not back out in time. So really great play there by H2K. A nice choice from Jav to go to Heavy, and they have the sentry beginning to get set up on that shadow side again. So Haruki goes down, and London Calling is charging up his Uber again, but once Ban did have a really nice defense on that B earlier. 10.5 minutes is now only 5 minutes left. As the blue team begins to come out the long B side, jumping to the roof but getting denied, and they're bringing their own Heavy. Ratsy's sentry is only level 1 right now, so it's pretty ineffective as Ban begins to move around that rock side. Shooters takes out Mangachu, actually a trade, and Ricky takes out Fracture, so 1-man advantage for Ban as they move around that right side. Wireless Fox did get forced in the mix there, and now London Calling has his Uber here, a better Uber. Here comes that Heavy, and Jav's gonna get taken out, and a really good Uber here by Ban takes out the sentry as well. H2K very desperate. Ratsy only at 18 health here. Oh, take out Haruki. Lambert takes out the teleporter, and Ban able to get the cap on here. What they should be doing is moving towards the doors, getting a lock here. Insomniac locking on that right door, but they need to lock the left door as well. Fracture could push here potentially if he wanted to. And H2K is going to have to do something here if they want to be able to extend for another 4 minutes here. A lot of lit Ban players right now. Insomniac only at 40 health. Gets healed up. Fracture gets taken out. 2 players down for H2K. If Ban wants, they can move into last. Wireless Fox with 30% advantage, and the sentry getting set up on the left ramp at C. So H2K here already setting up C very early. They want to make sure, I guess they've already accepted the fact that they lost B, and they're going to try and hold C. They have a Heavy, a Pyro, and the sentry set up on that left ramp. Jav already up there. Mangachu getting up there as well. Wireless Fox with his Uber, and shoot us to the 4-second respawn timer. So Ban's gonna wait a couple more seconds before they do their push. They look like they're gonna come from the B side with their Heavy. And pushing C with the Heavy is a little bit difficult just because he has no ability to get up onto that spire. So we're gonna see how they're gonna play this one out here. They're gonna have to take out that sentry very early, and then the Pyro Heavy combo is extremely strong on the spire. The Heavy can shoot off this Uber. Here comes the Uber from Ban actually, and it's not a very effective Uber here. They're not even able to take out the sentry. Jav takes out Shootist. The sentry finally goes down, and the better Uber from H2K comes in on that B side. They take out London Calling, and now the Heavy's gonna go down here to Fracture. Uh-oh, not looking good here from Ricky. It looks like the blue team is gonna completely wipe. So a very bad push by Ban. 2 minutes and 50 seconds left here. H2K holding off that C side there. And Ban has about time for 2, maybe 3 pushes if they do this right. So Ban needs to make one of these pushes work. And they're choosing to go Uber here, so they're not going to go for a crits rotation. They're going to go for an Uber here, and that's not exactly the best decision, I feel, for them, because it is even Ubers right now. We see Lambert on Sniper, so if they get an opening pick, they might be able to do something here, but that Pyro, Engineer, heavy combination on C is so strong. And that Pyro actually pushing in, Mangachu takes out Lambert, and there goes that sniping play. Shooters gets taken out as well in the mix there. He sacrificed there, gets taken out by Jav on the Spire here. So 2 players down for London Calling as he's about to get his Uber. So not the best play there either. London Calling gets his Uber. He's ready to push, but they're going to have to wait for the respawns from Ban. Even Ubers for both teams here. H2K set up a very strong defense on that C side. As we mentioned before, the Pyro is actually playing up against the doors here, ready to reflect that Uber. Lambert again on Sniper, so they're really going to rely on that pick here. And Lambert choosing to snipe out of door number 4, Jav hiding away from him. Lambert really doesn't see much here. Maybe a sentry on that ramp side. He's able to take out the sentry though. And this might be the chance. Oh, get a nice headshot on the Pyro. He's going for it. Pulling out that SMG, unable to finish on the Pyro. Yes, he gets the Pyro, and 2 players down for H2K, a man advantage, and London Calling gets forced. Wireless Fox still has his Uber though, but he's completely out of position here. Finally gets forced. Are they going to be able to defend the Spire? Ban is already all over the Spire here as Fracture jumps up to try and defend it. The Uber's just coming off right now though, and Ban has significant numbers on this C side, on this C point. London Calling 5 health. Oh my goodness, just surviving here. Gets taken out by Wireless Fox's Pro Needles, and Shooters coming in, and Ban is just coming in way too much for H2K to handle. Air shot by Shooters, nice job. Denies Mangachu, and Ban takes that C point with a minute to spare. So a very nice round by Ban brings the score to 1-1 here, and we're gonna see our second halftime. Gosh, I was getting a little worried for Ban. I was worried that he might not they might not execute with the 10-minute hold though. It's pretty hard to mess that up. So nice job by Ban, and if they didn't have such a good defense, that really would have they really wouldn't have gotten that. So
Mission begins in 30
it all really comes down to that B defense by H2K. You know, Ban could have gotten a lot sooner if they wanted to, but then H2K came in with a really well-timed Uber, bringing that heavy in with them and able to defend that B side and actually wipe Ban here on that play. So, and then H2K elected to not defend B and then immediately chose to hold C, and when you do that, you have to defend against that push, otherwise you're in a bit of trouble here. So H2K didn't really slow down Ban as much as they needed to do. The score is 1-1 now, and if we're looking at the match thus far, Ban has looked strong all match. The first round was lost by London Calling dropping, and then the second round, London Calling again dropped another Uber on offense. So London Calling really needs to step up his game here, but if he does, they should be able to take that third round. They look to be I think they're the favorites going into this third round here. They look to have a really strong match thus far. So I think we're going live here. Yes, we're going live here. Now we're in the third period of Gravel Pit. The score is 1-1. ESEA playoffs for the open division against it's H2K, Hard to Kill Gaming, the number 2 seed against the number 5 seed, Server Depopulation Squad, aka Ban. Jav and Fracture are sacrificing themselves for metal here. It's pretty typical on the B defense, as Ratsy is the engineer setting up.
Mission begins in 30 seconds.
Pretty standard hit here to have that sentry on that platform, and what it's going to do is typically offensive teams go to cap A first, and so they'll sacrifice their 3 heavies, their 2 soldiers and a demo man to try and get a force. So what the sentry location does is lock off that short B side from any of the jumpers. So, and actually they leave it at level 2 because a level 2 sentry will shoot faster than a level 3 sentry. So alright, setup time is over now. We've seen H2K's defense. They're actually choosing to sticky up that B side as well. So nothing's going to be at A. And yes, Ban is going to have both of their soldiers come out of that B side to try and force that Uber like we mentioned before. The double scout cap onto A here as Insomniac begins to move himself towards C. This is pretty risky, considering if Mythical had any traps there, he might be in a bit of trouble, but I think they already saw the trap at the B spawn doors, so Insomniac actually going to be doing his bomb at the C side. So bomb at the C side from the demo man. He's actually getting spotted right now, and Fracture takes him out. So there goes that. The 2 soldier bomb coming in from Ban at the short B side. Let's see if they're able to get that force. No, Shootist goes down early, and Ricky gets taken out as well. Oh, he does get a nice pick onto Mangachu, but it's not going to be enough. The teleporter is up for the H2K team, so they're just going to be able to get Mangachu back there very quickly. Even Ubers, and it's basically going to reset here. So an even push from Ban. Let's see what they try to do. It looks like they're going to go from the B spawn side. So Ban beginning to move that spawn side. And they're actually going to go from long B with Lambert as a heavy. And this is another standard push that we see a lot on Gravel Pit. Soldiers are gonna move to try and take the high ground on the roof, while the heavy protects the medic from any jumpers. Let's see how this execution is gonna come here. The early bomb coming from, I believe Mangachu gets some nice picks very early on. Ricky and Shootist both go down, and this is gonna severely hurt Ban's Uber here. And London Calling gets forced, afraid to drop his Uber, I guess. And Haruki getting a little desperate here, but if they do this incorrectly, London Calling's gonna die. London Calling trying to back away here. Jav is all over him, takes him out. Fracture takes out Haruki as well. So H2K with a very nice hold. They don't even get forced here. So Lambert's going to switch to Sniper, and they're going to try and do another sacrifice play to try and get Wireless Fox to break. And I honestly don't think that that's the right play to do. You know, you got to get... I know it's open, but a lot of teams, especially at the high open level here, we're looking at the 2 and 5 seeds here. This is, you know, the end of playoffs. So we should be able to see teams do some sort of even Uber push, and that was a complete fail by Ban at the long B side. That bomb by Mangachu was so effective on the doors, completely took Ban by surprise. And H2K was able to keep Wireless Fox by that sentry nice and safe. So it looks like Ban is going to come through that C side and try and do something there, and Lambert is going to be on a Sniper on the C side. I'm really not a big fan of that, because Sniper is not going to be able to do much here. We're watching him actually try and snipe from that door on the right side, and he's really not able to do much. As you can see, the H2K players spam him out appropriately. So London Calling gets his Uber right now, and it looks like they're going to try to take the Uber from the right door on C. Lambert trying to snipe that left door. And Ricky beginning to move the right side, trying to get some rockets on the sentry, but it's going to get repaired very easily. And the bomb coming in by Mangachu. Unable to get that force, but get some heavy damage onto London Calling, and they actually get some good damage on Insomniac as well. 2 players go down for Ban again, so another effective play by H2K, forcing those doors very early, and London Calling is not even going to go in with the Zuber because that sacrifice play was such a fail. And London Calling is going to wrap back around towards spawn as H2K defends here, so wow, a very nice hold by H2K, putting up some strong numbers here, and they're already 2 or 3 minutes into their defense, so really nice play by Ban, and I can't believe Mangachu got out alive after doing such a really crazy bomb. But H2K is doing exactly what they need to be doing right now. They're recognizing the side that Ban needs to come out, and then they just bomb it so heavily that Ban doesn't know how to react. What you should be seeing Ban doing is leading with that Uber, so that when the bombs come in, they can take their own Uber, damage those bombing players, and do some damage off of that. Mangachu with a nice air shot takes out Shootist. Ricky takes out Jav though, and here comes that Uber in from London Calling. Wireless Fox gets force as well. H2K is 1 player down, but they take out London Calling as well as Insomniac here, so Ban is in a ton of trouble. Wireless Fox trying to heal up Mythical, and only, oh my gosh, only Wireless Fox and Ratsy. Haruki gets taken out though, and Ban with a complete wipe, so H2K in a decent position. Jav switching off towards heavy. H2K with another solid defense despite Ban's attempts. So, and when you exchange Ubers like that, it's pretty risky because that's going to take another 40 seconds off the clock here. You need the 40 seconds to get that Uber. That's another precious 40 seconds that you just lost right there in that Uber exchange. And here comes Ban again with that sort of off Uber play. Jav is on the heavy side, but they're completely out of position here as Insomniac comes in with that heavy damage, takes out Jav, and Fracture is extremely lit. Fracture goes down to Haruki, and 2 players up for Ban here, so this off-river push is going very well. Mangachu bombs in on the medic. He gets some really good damage, takes out London Calling. That's a huge play. Wireless Fox 90% here. He's going to get Uber in time to defend that B side. Mythical 260 and Mangachu alive somewhere. They need to be moving into B to defend it without Uber. What are they doing right now? They're waiting for respawns, but they need to move in as Insomniac already has that door stickied up there. H2K needs to move in right now if they want to stop that B point. They are too slow, and they're just going to decide to hold C. So I feel that's a really big mistake by H2K. London Calling was on his respawn for plenty of time. They could have gotten some more time out of that. But it looks like Wireless Fox is just going to go for the conservative play there. And they're going to get their medic out safe and sound. So they're going to even up the Ubers here. London Calling is going to get his own Uber. I believe he's on Uber. Yes, he's on Uber right now. Charging on the B side here. And the bomb comes in from Ban. So they're really in favor of this this bombing play. But it's so not effective. The bomb hasn't really worked on any of the times that they've done it. But Ban choosing to go for that bomb play from Shootist. They do have the time to do it. London Calling 80% right now, and on defense, again, that sentry heavy play there. Mangachu's going to be on Soldier this time though instead of Pyro, so not quite as strong as I'd like to see, but 2 soldiers is plenty strong on the C defense. Ban on the B side, on their push. The trap is on the second door as well as the first, but the second door trap is pretty sneaky. And we're watching Ban move through that second door. Early force, they knew that trap was there. The deck comes in, unable to get anybody on the kill. And Fracture a little bit out of position there. They are able to take the sentry out as well as Mangachu, and Fracture goes down as well. So not a bad Uber from Ban, but they're so lit right now. Wireless Fox with a better Uber, and H2K has numbers here to defend C. So only Shootist and London Calling alive. London Calling needs to escape out. Can he make it? Mythical's chasing him into A. He's gonna make it out alive. So a trap actually right here by Mythical. Pretty interesting. H2K with a good defense here on their C, and another 40 seconds moving along. So the more Uber exchanges they're doing, the more Uber exchanges that H2K is holding off, the more time is coming off that clock for Ban, and they need to get one of these pushes to be successful for them. H2K recognize the situation, recognize that Ban can push for a long time, and they are able to switch Mangachu off to Pyro, so that very strong Pyro Engineer heavy hold on C, and Ban choosing to use their Uber again. So the Ubers are going to even out here. If you guys are just joining us right now, the score is 1-1. We're watching the final tie-breaking round on Gravel Pit here in ESEA Open playoffs. Lambert on Sniper, but gets pretty lit up at the A side, and they're going to snipe from that A side. The sentry set up on the right side, and this is appropriate because that blue Uber is going to come from the A side. Oh wow, nice pick by Lambert onto Ratsy. So this is a pick that Ban needs in order to push, and Lambert able to get a second pick onto Mythical as well. That's a 2-ban pick. So it's going to be huge there as Ban starts to spam with that sentry. They're going to take it out with ease. Wireless Fox gets forced late, but they're already 2 players down and no Demo Man for H2K. That's so much damage output robbed by them. Insomniac jumping onto the point here gets taken out quickly by Jav. Haruki takes out Jav though, and Ban is all the way up on that point. Is H2K going to be able to get up there in time? They only have a Pyro and NG alive as Haruki takes out Wireless Fox, and all London Calling needs to do is stay alive here. Even if this push is unsuccessful, they will have an Uber advantage. Lambert is the only one alive here. I don't think he's going to be able to get that push off, but Ricky might choose to push in. Fracture takes out Lambert, and London Calling suicided there on that last point, so he was unable to get out alive, and Ban's in a bit of trouble here as now H2K able to even this out here, so they do have their medic alive, and that was a big mistake by Ban. I think H2K is going to be able to hold this very easily now, and Ban turned what could have been an Uber advantage situation into an even Uber situation again, and another Uber wasted. So, nice defense again by H2K, able to haul off the point despite losing their Demo Man and their Scout very early on. Or sorry, their Demo Man and their Engineer. So, you know, I don't think they're going to get... Oh my gosh, Lambert, nice pick onto Mangachu and getting some damage onto the Demo Man as well. So, Lambert coming up big here on C. But I really think that Ban had their best chance. When you pick the Demo Man and the Engineer, that's really just about as good as it's going to get in terms of your sniper picks. So, if they can't even get off a Demo Man Engineer pick, how are they going to get any other, you know, push off? I'm not quite sure how they're going to be able to do it. Shootist goes down on a sacrifice to Fracture, and London Calling is just about to get Uber right now. Wireless Fox is Uber, and it looks like H2K defending last here, and they're going to be able to defend it very easily. Lambert sniping out that 4th door. He's not really able to get much, and the sentry moving sides actually, so they're going to move. Wow, Lambert gets a nice pick onto Wireless Fox, and now London Calling with a huge Uber advantage. That's a major mistake by Wireless Fox. I guess they forgot about Lambert being on Sniper there, and the sentry's actually set up on the wrong side. The sentry's set up on the B side. So, Ban coming out that A side here with their Uber here, or sorry, the B side with their Uber. My mistake, sorry. The sentry was moved across to face the Uber threat, but Lambert was on the wrong door. So that actually took out Wireless Fox, and Ban is going to be able to take the C point with ease. So, that actually ended up being a very good push by Ban here. Started by that nice pick by Lambert. Lambert came up huge there with some very nice picks on C, and that he actually won that C push for Ban. So Very nice job by Ban, but actually, wow! H2K with a 10-minute and 24-second hold. So it's a reverse of the situation we just saw in round 2. Ban set a 10-minute and 24-second hold that was unable to be overcome by H2K, and now H2K set a 10-minute and 24-second hold, and let's see if Ban's going to be able to take this. This is a very long hold. We're watching the 3rd round here, and Ban is in a lot of trouble. They need to have a very, very good offense. Sorry, H2K is going to... Sorry. Ban's going to have a very, very good defense if they want to hold off H2K. H2K has 10 minutes and 24 seconds to get the offense off, and 10 minutes is so much time on Gravel Pit that it's ridiculous. So H2K should be able to do it. But actually, from what we saw in the 2nd round, H2K struggled to push B. So let's see what they're going to do here. Ban is setting up a pretty typical B defense. Level 2 sentry on the shadow side, and the sentry and the stickies are at the spawn door. So Wireless Fox chilling in spawn here as his team moves to A. And they're sending all their players except for Fracture's going to start moving into C. I really like this decision because H2K has all the time in the world here to sort of explore C, make sure there's no traps before they begin to bring out Wireless Fox. So actually H2K beginning to move in already on C, and they are able to take the sentry out, but are they able to get the medic force? I don't know. Fracture goes down here, and Mangachu gets the Uber Force. Oh my goodness, H2K. Nice job there. They get the A cap, they get the medic force on the London Calling, as well as the sentry kill, and this is going to be huge here as H2K has a chance to easily take B. The sentry still being set up here is not going to be more than level 2, and London Calling has no Uber, so H2K is going to immediately push out that spawn side, and because they have such a huge Uber advantage, they just need to get picks in order to make this work. 9 minutes and 23 seconds here. It's all the time in the world for them as H2K begins to move out the long B side. Ban doesn't even have the sentry set up in preparation for this. The sentry's out of position on the shadow side as the Uber comes in for H2K. They're Ubered on the Demo Man as well as Fracture, the Pocket. Mythical takes out Ricky, and they're getting very aggressive on the level 2 sentry on the shadow side. Shootist goes down, 2 players down, 3 players down for Ban. A lot of lit players for H2K, but they can just sort of milk it out and slow play this. And beginning to spam with that sentry here. Lambert only at 20 health, gets it to level 3, but the heavy on point, as well as Mythical, take out the engineer. Only Ricky and Insomniac alive, so Wireless Fox gets taken out by Insomniac's pill. Very nice play by Insomniac. It's going to save him C point, actually. So H2K is going to get this B point off with 8 minutes to go. I mean, Ban is in a lot of trouble here if they want to hold that C point. 8.5 minutes to hold C. London Calling with even Ubers. They're going to have to pull off some sort of miracle here. Lambert's on it on Pyro. Haruki's on Heavy, but H2K coming up big, getting their Uber push on the very first try thanks to their very successful bomb at the seaside. So we're watching Ban try and find out. They should be looking around for where H2K is coming out, and actually Wireless Fox switched to Kritzkrieg. So very nice heads-up play by Wireless Fox. They knew that London Calling was going to come up at the same exact time, and now they have a 30% advantage with the Kritzkrieg. So H2K now with a significant Kritzkrieg advantage as they begin to move that A side onto C, and they're going to try and crits out the 4th door. They're on Mythical right now. Here comes the Kritzkrieg onto the Heavy, getting some nice damage on the Pyro as well. The Pyro goes down, the Heavy goes down, and H2K looking to wrap this up right now. H2K is so lit. And 3 players down for Ban, sorry, is so lit. 3 players down for Ban, 4 players down for Ban. H2K looks to wrap this up here, and H2K takes this round here, so they win it 2-1 on